From the bottom, I'm up now, got about the checks. We taking them flights now, and we cutting checks. Better word in my sights now, haters watch me flex. We hit they necks, lock 'em up, full court press. I'm going for gold.
Hi, welcome to Outside the Ring. Here with our man Shammy Snapshot.
What's going on? So,
And dude,
we're gonna break down the recap of just everything wrestling this past week because, of course, we know tomorrow's Monday, and that gives us what?
mhm.
Monday Night Raw. And if you got Netflix, you can watch it. If you didn't pay that Netflix bill, you might want to take that little and pay it so you can watch Monday night.
Oh,
But we just want to talk about it. It was a lot that went on. Um, And there was a lot of things that I looked at, especially on Saturday night. I was like, but since now, this is
mhm.
season 2 of Outside the Ring, and shout out to Mav for holding it down. He's, actually got Outside the Ring on Apple Podcasts, so you can actually go
Mhm.
and, you know, listen to Mav on the go. I am on the last episode because he gave me the honor of being a co-host. So, it's big things coming for him, and Mav's been holding down. He's had sit downs with some legends, some indie legends, some veterans in on the big stages. So, it's just a lot going on here, but we're gonna make it fun as usual, and just show our love for wrestling and everybody that's a part of it.
Most definitely. So I
So,
want to start off. You said Saturday night of champions.
yes, that man, that
Hmm.
was. Yeah. Well, I will call one match this Saturday. It would be a night of champions because I do not care for a solo Sokoa. I just don't. Skin crawl. I can't. And especially when you messing with the Samoan werewolf, man. Like you
Hmm.
look, I don't know. Like you have to have backup. Like you can't take solo can't take Jacob one on one. Just no interference. He cannot do it. It's not gonna. Jacob will tear him apart, like literally like a wolf ripping open a chihuahua. That's probably how it's
Hmm.
gonna look like
We got a
because he
good
just
hint of that at Money in the
yeah.
Bank.
Oh yeah. And he clearly let it be known that he hates Solo. So
Hmm.
I mean, it's just the way you're doing. I think honestly, he just made it worse for himself
Hmm.
because we knew how Jacob felt going after that title, and he fought hard and did what he had to do. And just to lose it like that, it's like one of those things. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, Solo, you did it. You said you were going to do it, and he didn't state how he was going to do it, but he said he was going to do it, and he did it.
Hmm.
But I don't know. It's just it's me. It's too soon for Jacob to lose that title and it stay away
Hmm.
from him. So I'm hoping there's some build up to something that makes sense.
Hmm. So I don't even think
So
he had a single defense, like successful.
no.
First defense, he loses it.
So and it's just like, or did he? Well, no. Wait, did he
Unless
defend
it
it
would have been
against
on
anybody?
SmackDown.
Was it with L.A. Knight and
No, he beat
I'm trying
LA
to figure.
Knight
Like, I
for it.
think
I don't even think he
he
defended
beat
it.
L.A. Knight to get it, but I wonder if he did. Yeah,
Let me
I don't know.
take a look.
We'll have to like look into that and see.
Hmm. Um,
But yeah, I mean, they're it's just like to see where Jacob came from. It just
hmm.
and how he literally came into WWE and just wrecked it and was just no. It upset me.
Mhm.
It really upset me. It was like, really, y'all gonna take it
Mhm.
from my guy? Like,
Newsflash, she defended it once. That was Backlash in that Fatal 4-Way.
okay, okay,
Drew, Damian, and LA.
which I think Solo might have
Solo
interfered
helped
too to help
him.
out.
And then JC Mateo
Yeah,
debut.
yeah, and that's why he kind of got. You could tell he kind of got tired of that being helped. Like, it's making me seem like I can't do this on my own.
Hmm
But I don't know. It just all breaks with it. Come on, no,
hmm
like said no brakes, all gas with it. He just got to go, and it's like you just took that away. So I'm hoping something. I want to see what's going to happen next with that, because so far the creative team at WWE has been doing a lot. Like, they've been surprising, hitting with a lot of surprises every chance you get. I think, well, ever since since Cody had won the title against Roman, um during that WrestleMania, it's
hmm
been surprise after surprise after surprise, and like they're steady bringing the fans in. So
hmm
yeah, I'm liking where it's going. So I trust Mr. Triple H to do
hmm
the right thing and make things happen.
hmm Go from one debut at Backlash to one this past Saturday in
Yeah,
Hikuleo, or now known as Tonga.
yeah. So
How many Tongas do you need? Tamatonga, Tongaloa, Tonga.
I don't know.
Tonga
But
left, right,
speaking
center.
of see, they got Talatanga, but
hmm
then I was just on X. Well, if anybody knows what if formerly Twitter, was on
hmm
X, and I seen that if you go to Zilla Fatu's account, he after that he put up the red telephone. Me personally, I feel like that red telephone emoji was basically like, give me a call. And I think, to me, I feel like that was to Jacob. I know a lot of people saying they don't feel like Zilla, but I feel like it's about that time
hmm
for Zilla Fatu, because it's getting to that. It's getting there. So if that was my thing is Zilla, I don't know if you. I hope you get to see Outside the Ring podcast, and maybe one day be on here. But if you hear this, Jacob, you sending that to Jacob. Jacob, answer the call, man, or give him a call, because reinforcements. Because Jimmy, he got you back. But how much can Big Jim do?
hmm
Zilla, he can come in there and wreak havoc. And then you got y'all just got to go. Just go talk to Jay. Talk to Jay,
hmm
because Solo has to be stopped. So if the Fatus and then Jay and Jimmy, if you hear me and Mav is here as the witness, we need y'all to just come as a collective, man, because
hmm
we got to make something happen.
hmm A report I seen said Tonga could even join Jimmy Roman in their fight.
Okay. Hmm.
Tonga's been out since before WrestleMania.
You know what? And I was thinking that, but then again, it's like I don't see like them. I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't see him turning on his brothers
hmm But again,
for
he knows his brothers real well.
Jacob
Think
and
about it.
Roman.
hmm
You know what? You got a point there, because they can easily, yeah. Okay, okay,
Manipulate him.
definitely. And he could play mind games, but I don't think Roman's gonna get in that, because I think Roman's focus is gonna be Seth, because of what they did to him before he was out.
hmm
So I think that Roman's focus is gonna be toying with Seth. So I want to see where that's gonna go, because if my thing is, if Roman was to return, my guess would be SummerSlam. That's just me. I
And
don't know. Like,
there's reports
I'll
speculating
say this.
because his name has been brought up recently to return, especially during the biggest part of the summer, like last year.
Okay. So you know what? Like, when we post this, guys, when you're listening,
Hmm.
we're gonna see how many people think that Roman's going to return. And you know what I'll do? For the ones who pick Roman to return during SummerSlam, I'll put your name, and I'll go through this with math, but I'll put your name in a drawing. And maybe I'll give something away. Maybe outside the ring, give something away. Roman Reigns, something that deals with Roman.
Hmm.
You never know. We want to start, giving back to our listeners too. So we've talked about a lot of different things, but I just want to see when you guys' guess will be. My guess is
Hmm.
SummerSlam. I could be wrong.
Well, mine is
I don't
too.
know, but that's my guess.
That's one of the
Okay.
big
So
four
yeah,
pay-per-views. So it only makes
yeah.
sense instead of like a small one like Night of Champions wouldn't have made sense.
And then SummerSlam this year is two
Two
nights.
nights. So you never know which night you could pop up.
So, and if you get that right, yeah. So if you can get that SummerSlam, if you get what, just basically say what event
But
you feel
yes
like,
or
what pay per view is
no,
going to return. Yeah.
basically about yes or no
Then what
return to
night?
SummerSlam and then what night. How about we do this? If they get both right, two times the entries. If they can somehow get both right,
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going with that one.
let's
I'm probably going
go.
to get it wrong, but I'm going to say I'm going to say for sure SummerSlam night 2. I'm probably going to get it wrong, but I don't count because I.
You don't count. One, two. There.
Yeah. There we go.
Let's go to another match. Night of Champions. Let's go with or go to Sami Zayn versus Karrion Cross.
Uh.
Now that I don't necessarily think Sammy needed that win because he's already so over,
Yeah.
especially from the past year.
Yeah. I feel
Karrion
like he
needed
needed
that
it.
to get a bigger
Yeah.
push, especially for it being his first singles match on a pay-per-view in 3 years.
Yeah. I really think and I love his demeanor when it comes to getting in somebody's head,
Hmm.
because he was getting in Sammy's, and then
Yeah.
for a little bit he was getting in AJ Styles' head about things, and this is like,
And
I
then
love it. The master manipulator, just
rewind the clock to
always.
WrestleMania, AJ versus Logan.
Yeah,
I feel like if Karrion would have beat Sammy, that would have been a good, if not a perfect setup for a Sammy heel turn.
yeah,
Because he could have lost it by losing to Karrion and then go on to attack. I don't know. Just a little.
if he would have lost to Carrion, they could have had Carrion still give him the talks that he gives to like AJ, where they could have had Carrion still get into his heads, like
Hmm.
let him know, like
Or
maybe
even
like
after the
son,
match, just get down
yeah.
next to him.
And whatever he says to him, it's like it sticks to Sammy to the point to where now, like you said, setting up for a heel turn. That's
He
it.
snaps at any point.
So yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I say I'd probably give that match though probably like a C.
I think
Yeah.
it only got rated like 2.5 stars.
Okay. Yeah.
But what do you think about Cody winning King of the Ring?
Um, I mean, we've seen Cody as champion. My thing is, he got a chance to finish his story. He got a chance to
Hmm.
defend when doing so. So I mean, we've kind of seen
the year-long
You
title
know,
reign.
and we kind of seen what you're doing, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
to me, it's like don't oversaturate us with Cody. Like let
Mm-hmm.
Cody go ahead and do something else. But Randy deserved to have that. Like
Mm-hmm.
Randy should have that because
Yeah. He hasn't had a
it's
world
yeah.
title reign in 5 years.
Yeah.
That
And then
pandemic, he beat Drew.
what was the last match he had before it? Was it John Cena?
His last pay-per-view match, yeah, was Cena at Backlash.
And I felt like I don't know. I just felt like he needs another shot at it,
Mm-hmm.
especially like he needs to be a champion. Honestly, like he's been
Overdue.
yeah he's been overdue for that, man. It's just like let's go, let's get him that. I remember we had Randy. He was punt kicking people and
Mm-hmm.
like
2009,
yeah, man. He
back in the
was
day.
going crazy, but
Mm-hmm.
that was the Randy, and it's like now you guys are gonna force that Randy to show back up,
Mm-hmm.
and when he does, everybody's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
yeah,
then,
I think Cody. It's cool that Cody won, but
mm-hmm.
I think that you know Randy deserved to be
Mm-hmm.
king of the ring. So
Quite honestly, I don't see John even losing it at SummerSlam, no matter who would have won.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. The real
And when
person I
is his
could
last
see,
stop?
I think I just saw he has like 15 dates left, like
Okay.
12, 15 dates, so, somewhere around there. But if you ask me, this with R-Truth becoming Ron the Truth Killings and his program with Cena, I could see him being a big contender for dethroning Cena if they can push him right,
Yeah.
which they've done a decent job so far.
I mean, besides, and you know what? Besides something being set up for, because you see what on Friday what Aleister Black had did.
Black Mass.
Yeah, so it's just like okay, and then you have Priest though, who's like, yo, Ron, that's my buddy, that's my guy, and I feel like it's gonna be some friction between Priest is gonna get into it to take down Aleister Black because it's like now you're messing with my friend. He's going through something. Just let him be.
Hmm.
He's got to go through it. It's like I know him. This is my guy. Let him be. I feel like that conflict between Aleister Black and Damian Priest is gonna. I see it coming up in the coming weeks. You'll probably have a match with them
Hmm.
because, of course, Ron is not gonna let that go with Aleister Black, but he ain't focused on that. He's focused on John Cena.
Hmm. And Cena's last date, October 13th, the Raw after Crown Jewel. I could see him losing at Crown Jewel if that's actually his last date. Or they could
To
vacate it and
I
then
would let him lose to I would let him lose to R-Truth, honestly,
hmm
at Crown Jewel. Even though it's a little, I mean, it still gives it time to get it right.
build
But
something.
if I don't know, they could. I don't
That'll
know.
give
They
him
could.
two
Yeah,
successful pay-per-view events.
yeah,
I can either see him losing it to someone like Truth, or them, or him end up vacating and do like a tournament of sorts, or even do what they did in like 1992 and do
or
the Rumble for it.
if he
Or let's
tries
hear,
to vacate, I feel like that will be the point where because I feel like it might, even though he said he's leaving, I feel like it might be a slight extension where if he vacates, it's like he's trying to do what CM Punk took the title with him. But I feel like if he tries to vacate, I feel like that's when Ron Killings is gonna say, "You're not vacating nothing. I want to take it from you. You gotta have it to where because you can't. I don't just see it just being vacated. It's like you gotta have
a
because somebody, yeah, so it's got to be a
storyline
setup.
purpose.
No, nobody wants to just if I'm a contender, I don't want to face no other guys or do a rumble for the title. I want to go ahead and face that person who had that strap. I
Right.
want them. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do.
Most definitely. Speaking of someone, kind of like how you said with Cena, speaking of someone else that has retirement this year, it's
Oh yeah.
Oldberg. And he just
You
went
know what?
on Joe Rogan. I don't know when, but I saw he went on Joe Rogan and stated he has 10 to 15 years left in him. This man is 58 years old. So he's saying he can do it till his like Ric Flair age.
My thing is this: if you see how he came out to
Hmm.
talk to Gunther, the way he walked out, he looked like his knees were hurting. I don't believe that. Like, bro, you're not Tom Brady, where Tom Brady plays football. Like, think about football. Tom Brady could literally go back and play now because he's still in shape.
Hmm.
His regiment, everything, he still does the same. Goldberg, you look like you had a few beers, a couple steaks, and stuff like that, and you come back here and there. No, kind of just be like Austin and know when to stop.
Taker.
I know when your
Austin.
knees are hurting, bro. I
Be like,
know.
Austin Taker, you make these sporadic appearances, but you don't have to wrestle.
Yeah, he'll come and they say, okay, well, if I was talent, I'd love to crack a beer open with Austin and be on the big stage and do that. That's fine.
Hmm.
Like, but to keep on trying to, no, man, like just hang it up. I mean, look, even Sting chose to hang it up after a while. I think he hung it. I don't know if he's still. Don't quote me on that one. Is he still at AEW?
He's signed to AEW, but he's not a wrestler
He's
anymore.
not. Okay, so yeah,
And
but
he hung it up for a bit in 2015 after his match with Rollins at Night of Champions. And then he came back, I believe, with AEW.
okay, so
And
yeah,
he
it's
had that
just
2, 3 years, whatever. So.
yeah. And see, he like, and I like what he was doing, but
Hmm.
Goldberg, like, I mean, if anything, you would be there to kind of help
Younger talent.
the new talent, yeah, and kind of help out with that. You
Hmm.
know,
Kind of
it's
like
at
the
this point
Legends Future Goats or whatever.
perfect. But you know what? I kind of like heard stories that people don't really want to work with Goldberg.
Hmm.
I kind of, it's like that. It's like kind of like how people kind of say with Brock Lesnar, like
Hmm.
they'll work with him, but it's just like they feel like you're gonna be really hurt working with
Oh,
those two.
man. Go back to 2019. Goldberg Taker.
Yeah, Taker was pissed during that match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Almost got dropped on the back
so
of his neck.
yeah. So you just got to have people that
Or
can
safe and have a
because
good.
yeah, because I see. I mean, you can see like when some stuff like goes a little like, of course,
Rearing.
yeah, you might see little little matches where you're like, okay, yeah, they kind of did it wrong. Especially sitting there watching Raw or SmackDown, you might have a newbie that does something. Even some of the I've seen like where somebody had, shot a kick off and it's like, dude, like you just that kick was you did not sell it at all. Like it barely touched you, and I'm watching TV. So if it's on live television and you're missing
You're in
it,
trouble.
yeah, it's like somebody back there is getting something docked on their pay because you just made it look very sloppy.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't go. Oldberg is what you call them. Like no, this I'm gonna call him Moldberg because listen, that bread has been molded, stale. You should have been throwing it out. You were the man. Like Goldberg was the man when I was coming up and watching it. Yeah, he was the
Hmm.
man. I was rooting for Goldberg. I was doing the whole hitting my head and everything, walking down the hall at schools, like
You know,
yeah, like
lockers.
yeah, just sitting there, Goldberg. Like everybody was, but now it's like
Hmm.
no, like you've done it. Like I like the fact that people like Undertaker, they went in, they'll show up here and there. Like he doesn't do much. Like when he came at that WrestleMania
Hmm.
and chokeslam The Rock, yes, that was something I was just like perfect.
Hmm.
Me personally, I would have loved during that time to see Stone Cold just hit him with like one more stunner, just because
Hmm.
that rivalry between The Rock and Stone Cold was dope. But I was like, but I just if you're a legend and like sometimes you got to know to call it. I know it's like it's not so much the money, it's the love of the business,
Hmm.
and you can't let it go. Well, you can if you got kids or something, they want to do the same thing. Well, go ahead, push them towards doing.
Hmm.
But it's like, okay, Goldberg, go ahead and sit down. We got Braun Breaker, man. Like
Hmm.
that dude's the closest that and me personally, I feel like Goldberg still wants to do this spear. Like, bro, the spear is not yours anymore. The spear is officially owned by Braun Breaker. That's how I feel.
Hmm. Taker
Because
on his podcast even said they should take it from everyone but Braun Breaker.
and I agree.
Hmm.
I agree because nobody dominates that. We've seen spears all like we've seen
Left, right,
seen many
center.
spears, yeah. But that man, especially the one on Carlito, dude.
Hmm.
But the one on what's that? I Show Speed.
Hmm.
Oh my god! It was like he damn near hit like a dummy, like one of those tackling dummies. That's what it looked like.
Hmm.
Like, dude, like, and that's another thing. Kind of watch too. Goldberg. Why don't you just feed Goldberg a bunch of social media influencers? That's it. Streamers and influencers, and just do that.
Hmm.
I don't care for all the streamers and influencers, but if they want to be a part of this, go ahead. Just let them out there. Feed them to the wolves and let them get speared everywhere.
I feel like the perfect send-off for Goldberg could have been when he returned to Survivor Series and beat Brock in like a minute 30.
Yeah.
Instead of his original last WWE match against Brock at WrestleMania 20 when Austin was a referee.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. It's a love. It's the love for the game. So it's like
Hmm.
it's love for what they do. So it's
Yeah.
kind of hard for like. I mean, look how long it took for Ric Flair to say, "Yep," and even then, he just. I know he probably misses it.
Hmm.
But yeah, Goldberg. I'm not looking for. Like yeah,
Hmm. Let's talk a little. I want to go back to the main event of Night Champions. Cena Punk, with Punk kicking out of like three or four AAs.
yeah. That match was epic. Even though honestly, I would have loved to seen that match at SummerSlam
Hmm.
just because the build up, because they had so much to offer. I mean, look how Punk came out with the Punkonomics on on Friday. Like it's like y'all were cooking with that. So I would have cooked a little bit longer. I wouldn't have let that match happen. Then I would have cooked a little bit longer because what SummerSlam is what August is it?
Sometime August
Yeah.
3rd, 4th, 3rd and
Okay. Yeah.
4th, 3rd or 4th,
So my
one of
yeah.
the
So
seven.
my thing is you can you can cook. You had time to cook. You
Hmm.
had time to let that and make it worth it. Even though that match was worth it, but you had you know the
Hmm.
visionary you had the visionary and his crew coming in and doing all that. So I don't know, man. I mean, the match was still great though. To have those two individuals,
Hmm.
it was great, and that was a great send off for Cena and Punk, just in general, how how long they've known each other and they were in the business together. So yeah, it definitely I'd give that match an A+, definitely. And then you
Hmm.
had, of course you had Seth trying to cash in, couldn't cash in. So
And then, because once Cena pinned Punk, booked it out of there.
oh
Let's
yeah.
talk the big old shoulder tackle to Lil Nate Charles. Just kidding.
Yeah, this
Hmm.
dude. But I mean, I don't know. It's just it's kind of like a love or hate thing now because it's like
Hmm.
you're seeing some of your favorite wrestlers like when they want to call like John Cena, like I feel like he's gonna be there, but just behind the scenes. But I just feel like he's going back to Hollywood to do his, But
Hmm.
it's like you miss them, and then when they come back, it's like, damn, this is dope seeing them back. Like when The Rock came back for all that with Cody and all of that, I was like, okay, this is dope to see him come back because he's been gone for so long. I feel like Cena's gonna have the same ordeal, but
Hmm.
it's kind of a love or hate thing seeing the wrestlers that you watch growing up or whatnot. Now they're choosing to kind of step down, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I think those were the matches that I kind of really for that night because none of the women's matches I really didn't rock with. So yeah.
Hmm. And then let's talk Monday Night Raw tomorrow night from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're gonna have Penta and Sami Zayn versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker.
I'm you know what? I'm looking forward to that because
Hmm.
Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn always they give it, they bring it,
Hmm.
and then Penta's been, I mean, you know,
Hmm.
he he's Penta. He's doing his thing. He actually
Hmm.
came in, showed up, and showed out, and he does it every night.
Yeah, you see how
So yeah,
big a
I'm
pop
looking
he gets
forward to
without a
that.
title.
Yeah,
I could see them losing, or Penta and Sami losing because Seth cost them, and then
yeah, he's doing his thing though. But
mhm, if that kind of happens, that could also be a contributing factor if Sami ends up turning heel again, and then Karrion coming to him
and
backstage or
kind of
something
just
like
taking it out
that.
on everybody.
Hmm. We're gonna
Yeah,
have
I could picture. Yeah,
a match I brought up to you earlier for the tag titles, Judgment Day and New Day, 2 different days.
yeah. Judgment Day. I mean, I don't really want to see Judgment Day get it again.
Hmm.
So I would rather New Day hold it until they find somebody that's worthy of
Hmm.
those titles from New Day. Just let New Day continue to do what they do, which is nothing. But just let them continue that.
Hmm.
They haven't really. I have to let them grow on me with their attitude now, and they really haven't defended the titles anyways. That's time to strengthen the Raw division for men's tag team championships.
Hmm.
You need to get a better. You need to tighten up that division. Get some more talent in there to make it into something.
Yeah, I think he only defended once, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Would have been on
Hell,
like
if
a
you want to,
episode of Raw.
bring your guys over. Bring the Hardys over from TNA.
Talking about the
Okay, show them
Hardys,
how it's really.
as I was talking to you earlier as well, their contract comes up in November. Do you think they will re-sign with TNA, or do you possibly see them kind of letting that go out and hop over to like WWE being a work main roster?
You know what? I kind of see them. It was good to get back in TNA and have that run. They had their run in AEW, but it was good to get back
Hmm.
in TNA and kind of still be associated or affiliated with WWE in a sense. But I feel like before it's time for them to get out of here, they're coming back home. So WWE is where they will end up, and they will have a final title run and be able to show that we're the Hardys and we still got it,
Hmm.
and we're one of the originals of when it comes to this tag team, we do it. So I can see them coming back home and doing it You know, that's
Hmm.
that's where a lot of them you got to see it. So they're coming back home. That's me.
Something else I want to see before the Hardys hang up the boots are them win a TLC match. They've won ladder matches,
Man,
but not TLC. And they're the innovators.
you know what? And I was thinking that too. It's just I would have loved to get one more with them versus Edge and Christian
Hmm.
versus the Dudley Boys because that was like their matches. Those TLC matches were just, dude.
Hmm.
It was dope. It was like you didn't see that often, and the way that they perform was crazy. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, even if they came and competed with some of these new, the
Team.
new tag teams,
Hmm.
I don't think that those new tag teams would hold a torch to anything that the Hardys can do.
Hmm.
And I mean, Edge and Christian they're still doing their thing over at AEW, so they still got it.
Hmm.
We just got to see. I mean, what can they got to give somewhere at some point. It could be somewhere where they can give fans their dream matches,
Hmm.
and then we want another. Even though we've seen it, we want another one.
Hmm. Bubba Ray kind of teased a little bit for a future WrestleMania that he's that they still got in on the Dudleys for one last match or TLC match, something like that.
Mm. And you know what? It's crazy because I could see Vegas because it's so big and it's sold out so well. I think that'd be the perfect place
Hmm.
because it sold so well last WrestleMania. So this past
Hmm.
WrestleMania sold well.
Yeah. I know that Hardys have won Full Metal Mayhem matches that have tables, ladders, and chairs, but it ain't no WWE TLC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Edge of Christian won. Dudley Boys won. It's time for the Hardys.
Yep.
Imagine the trilogy.
That's definitely gone. Yeah.
Hmm.
We gotta keep our eyes peeled for that one.
Yeah. But yeah, we definitely have to keep our eyes peeled. 'Cause you never know, they may pull one back together.
Yeah, I'm hoping so with that because
Hmm.
that's yeah.
And then another match that was made official. Yeah, Sheamus versus Rusev tomorrow night.
Mm, you know what? I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
Mm.
But you know what I would have loved to see though?
Hmm.
My man Strowman and Rusev
That would have been a good match.
because yeah, I feel like that would have been worth it.
Hmm.
Not saying Sheamus is not worth it, but just
The
Strowman,
power versus
you
power.
know, yeah,
Hmm. But they would be fumbling with some of the releases.
yeah. But I feel
Strowman.
like Strowman probably had some. I feel like he might have something going on medically though. Like maybe he might. I don't know, because
Mm.
he doesn't move like he used to. You know,
Apparently his
and his
one of
matches are
his legs
usually
are
like,
like 80, 90% paralyzed. Something.
oh dang.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's definitely. So I mean, releasing him that would it probably was the best. But I mean,
Still sucks.
hell,
No.
he's been yeah. I mean, they could probably use him to help out. I mean, a lot of times that some of the vets they end up being a part of the back office,
Hmm.
kind of help out during trainings and coaching because you got a lot of you got a lot of newcomers that come in and they might be monsters. So
Hmm.
you need a monster to help train a monster like that. I mean, look at with the LFG show, you had my guy Jasper Troy.
Hmm.
That I mean, to listen to come in and they put that guy up against Uba Femi.
Now I know they see a lot of potential in him.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can see him potentially take it. He has to get some time and get some experience, but he could
Oh
take
yeah.
that NXT title. I
Hmm.
mean, me personally, I don't see anybody else worthy right now of getting it besides Jasper Troy.
Hmm.
When it's time to move Obafemi up, then there you go. You got your guy right there.
Hmm. But let's see.
But other than that, I mean, I don't see. I mean, well, if you look at the for SmackDown,
Hmm.
what do you think about what they're doing with what do you think about the tag scene on SmackDown? Like I told you, I mean, of course, the Wyatt Six. I see what they're doing.
Hmm.
Um, but what's your take on it?
I mean, I like it. I mean, especially even since they add White Six kind of into the picture when they first got over to SmackDown, they weren't doing much of anything
Yeah,
until those vignettes started showing.
so
I
yeah, I kind of
I,
yeah,
I could honestly see White Six taking them from the Street Profits if they can book it
yeah.
right in the long term. Because DIY and Motor City have had their shots. I think Fraxium even had a match. Seemed like they were gonna do something with Fraxium.
And yeah, yeah. I feel like they're what I would do though is because of the tag scene over on Raw.
Hmm.
I would take one of those teams from SmackDown and move over to Raw.
Hmm.
Because me personally, I feel like Fraxium could have what it takes to take out the New Day.
Hmm.
Even Motor City Machine Guns could
Hmm.
have what it takes to take out the New Day. But it
DIY
has to
had their
be
shot, or not their
yeah,
shot, but their time on Raw.
yeah.
I feel like they're getting
So I,
booked better on SmackDown than they were on Raw.
yeah.
'Cause on
So
SmackDown,
I
they're
think between
I think two-time tag champs.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I think between Fraxium and
Motor City.
Motor City, I think between those, one of those two teams should go over to Raw, and because Fraxium, I mean, the dudes move so smooth, man. It's like the dudes are high flying. Their charisma is there, athleticism is
Hmm.
there, so they got what it takes.
Definitely. Now away from all this wrestling, you don't want to miss what's coming. Season 2 of Outside the Ring. Let's put it that way. Many more interviews, especially with our man Shammy Snapshot.
Got a lot going on.
Hmm. You
It's
never
my
know who's gonna
first
pop
time,
up.
doing like oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I was actually, you know, just watching the stuff that you did on season one. It was like, yo, like that really got me to have like Rhino. Like that's really a seasoned legend, a vet.
Hmm.
To have him on, and you guys who are watching, you got to check out, season one. It is on Apple Podcast,
Apple Podcasts,
um,
YouTube, Spotify,
Spotify.
all that.
Yeah, so you definitely got to check it out. Follow on social media.
Hmm. Put all the link
We
stuff down
getting
below.
everything going.
Hmm.
Oh
Chug it
yeah,
along.
we're gonna have everything below.
Don't forget
We'll
to
try
check
to get
out
some
From
giveaways and
Rookies to
stuff going. We're just
Legends.
trying to, make it a. Oh yeah, from rookies to legends. That's
Hmm.
my brand. When I do my sports photography and everything, I definitely get out there and make it happen. I
Hmm.
make sure any moment that I'm behind the camera, I'm making that moment legendary. So
Makes
that's
magic.
how I end up. Oh yeah, so I end up getting paired up with, with Mav, and just getting to meet a lot of different people. So
Mm-hmm.
you'll be surprised.
Oh yeah, wrestling opens a lot of
And
doors,
once we
a
drop
lot of
this,
opportunities.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
once we drop this first episode of season 2, it surprised me on who we have. I'm gonna let you guys listen and see who we actually had on there, but it surprised me because this individual I actually um had a chance to take photos of, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll let you see that. We're not gonna I'm not gonna give any spoilers or anything. I'm gonna just let them
So it'll actually
get it. But
be
yeah,
season or episode 2, if you're talking about.
episode uh
Unless you're talking, he said
oh
you want to
yeah
see who we have. Unless you want to do that episode 1 and have this
uh
episode 2. We work it out. We work it out.
oh, you want to do it? You
I don't
want to do
care.
the recap as an episode, or
We work it out. Let me think.
I mean, this could be episode 1. I
One.
mean, we're
Yeah,
talking
kind of get it
about it. You know
more
what?
out there
You know
rather than
what?
just the YouTube
This is episode 1.
one.
This is episode
Episode
1,
2.
season 2.
Episode 2 is a big interview.
Oh yeah, episode 2 is just
Stay tuned.
it's gonna get you.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you I will give y'all a hint, but some probably will catch it. Matt
Mm-hmm.
would catch it for sure. But
Sure.
all I'm gonna say is episode 2. We're gonna give y'all a gut check.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you know, you know. If you don't,
Sucks for you.
Mav caught it. They not
Mm-hmm.
gonna catch it though. But yeah, this season's gonna be pretty dope, and
Mm-hmm.
we got some like Mav said, we got big things planned, and we got a lot of different. It takes time. People don't understand, like, when it comes to getting interviews down pat. It takes time to get those
Mm-hmm.
interviews together. You have to have questioning together. I know some people might get on and just go with the questions, but sometimes you might have 5 or 6 questions written down,
And then
and then
piggyback.
once you say one, you might get, yeah, just
Mm-hmm.
piggyback off of it, and then you might have your own sidebar. But
Mm-hmm. A
people
lot
just don't
goes on
understand,
behind the
like,
scenes.
yeah. And people just say, "Oh, I can do a podcast." Okay, yeah, you can do a podcast. Okay, anybody can go and do one, but you gotta be prepared. You
Logistical.
gotta get these. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it has to make sense for your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
It has to make sense for everybody. So yeah, but we plan on putting it on a bigger scale. I'm giving us till beginning of 2026. We definitely gonna be exactly where we
Mm-hmm.
want to be. People gonna see us around.
Oh
So
yeah. All right. Takes it all for this recap.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and please tune in to your Netflix and watch your Monday Night Raw. I know I'm off tomorrow, so I'm definitely gonna tune in and see what's going
Yeah.
on.
Raw
And
starts earlier, 2 hours early.
oh yeah, okay, so two
It'll
hours early.
be
So
3 your time, 3 AZ time,
golly,
6 EC, EST.
man. Okay, yeah, that's the other thing that sucks. It's like
Time
I'm
zones.
literally 3 hours behind
Yeah, time
Michigan. It's like,
zones.
dude, yeah,
Thank
crazy.
you, time zone.
But yeah, we definitely gonna tune in, and of course we're gonna do the same thing. Always, get a chance to watch our recaps, and we'll end up getting it together where maybe we can get everything, maybe live streaming on TikTok or Instagram. We can do, that so that people can view it while we're doing it. Never know.
Hmm.
We're gonna come up with some surprises, and we're gonna have some giveaways, like Matt said. We come up with different things. He did say for SummerSlam, if you picked SummerSlam as the return for Roman.
If
Whatever
you
pay-per-view you think Roman's going to
or
return this year.
if you say yes or no for, I'll just do it this way so we can do this stuff faster than having to wait till like the end of the year.
Okay.
For SummerSlam, just put down or count down below whatever, yes or no about if you think he's going to return at SummerSlam. But if you say yes, which night? And if you get the night right, you get
Perfect.
double the or two times the enter.
Yep.
All right.
So yes or no for SummerSlam, and if you choose yes, what night?
Night.
Night one or two?
That'll all be down below too.
I already chose mine.
hmm
So yeah.
We'll catch you all in the
Oh
next
yeah.
one.
Other than that, we appreciate everybody tuning in to another episode of Outside the Ring. I'm Shammy Snapshot, and this is the man,
Mad Math.
Mav. And we'll catch
Later.
y'all next episode.
Later.